Good morning. This is Valerie, otherwise known as Chick Picker, and we are here on was it Tuesday? Don't even know what day it is. Thankfully, I have my little handy dandy little calendar there, so I can show what day it is. And yes, it is Tuesday, November 21st. Somebody's birthday's today. I don't know who that would be. But anyway, neither here nor there. We're here. I'm here. Um, let's see here. We've got 4 viewers. I'm going to bring up the chat. See what everybody's talking about. I hope everybody's having a good morning. I did not do a mail call video this morning because I woke up late. And I'm going to be truthful. And I slept in a little bit this morning. Probably because I stayed up way too late last night. Mary, you didn't tell us it was your birthday yesterday. Happy late birthday. I hope you had a great day. And good morning. Good morning, Caller Ray. How are you? Hopefully everybody's having a good morning. And yeah, I don't know. You know, sometimes you just, I have a board where I have everybody's birthday written down. That way I don't forget anybody. But sometimes, when you look at a date, you think, oh, that it's just I don't know. I have a weird representation with numbers and birthdays and calendars and all that good stuff. So I don't know. Call me weird. It's okay. Good morning, Hank Allen Cash. Hope you're having a good morning. I gotta get some work done today. Some serious work. There is just nothing that's gonna get in my way today. Shirley Plummer says, hard to remember what day it is when they are so alike. This is true. This is true. Mary says, today I have my 8-week eval from laser surgery. From her last surgery. Well, hopefully everything goes good. Are you feeling okay? I mean, I'm sure you've got some pain and stuff like that, but does it feel better? Because when you have surgery, you're supposed to feel, better eventually. So I hope that you feel better. She said, not really. Well, that sucks. It really does, because, that's the whole reason why we have, surgery and all that, because it's supposed to, yeah, I've heard that nerve pain is the worst. So I can understand that. Well, I hope that you're hanging in there,
Hello.
Morning, Nikki.
How are you?
Wonderful. Wonderful. Did you buy that? I used to say that every day when I would go to my 9 to 5 job. I would say that every morning. I'd say, they would say, "Well, how's your morning going?" Wonderful. And they'd be like, "Who are you?" Who are you and where did you take the grumpy Valerie at? But I don't know. I kind of say that just to kind of throw everybody off. Not that it's not a good morning, because you know what? The truth be told, if you can wake up in the morning and open your eyes and you have a heartbeat, um, you may not think that it's a great morning, but in all essence, that's the way I look at it.
Yeah, it's always a great morning when you can wake up.
Yeah. So, but yep, things are going good. Slept in this morning. I probably shouldn't have, but I did.
Well, that's all right.
And,
You got to do that sometimes.
you know,
I'll be right back.
okay.
Nobody ever calls me till I'm in a hangout. Oh, I didn't even.
Yeah, it's kind of it's not super. I can't even see my thermometer anymore. I moved some furniture around last night or yesterday. Um, I did get that done, and that table that was over there is now over here. Um, and I did that mainly to not necessarily to get rid of all that clutter that was back there, but I wanted to set up my treadmill for so I could start using it. And if it's not set up, then then you can't use it. So I thought, well, I will nip it in the bud, and I will at least put it down. I'm not going to hang things on it. I don't do that. Um, but yeah, I do plan on starting to use that. I need to get some more exercise and um, everything. So that would be good. Look for. Mary said nerve pain is the worst. Foot and leg is still hurting. Good morning, Thrifty Picker. Um, Mary O says I called PayPal about a loan. I don't qualify. Haven't made 15,000 in a year. Okay, so go to your next step. What's your next step? Um, so you just need to work and get that nip that in the bud. I mean, I know that it's already going to be December, but well, that's something that you could fix. You can change that to a business. Her PayPal account is personal, not business. So maybe that's something that you need to work on. Get that changed over to a business account. It is a business. You know, whether you sell one thing or whether you sell 10,000 things. You know, and that's another option too. Credit card, whatever you need to do. But maybe look into um, just if you sell something, take part of that money and go and reinvest it. Instead of using it as income, which I know is hard to do because I go through that same struggle too. But the saying you got to spend money to make money is very true. Even if it's a couple of dollars, but maybe look into put some of your thrift stores that's having bag sales and um, or different kind of tag sales or something. You need to kind of research your options as far as where you can get your merchandise. Um, estate sales. Look at all those options. Auctions. Auctions are a great way to get items that you can sell for not very much money. I mean, Tara and Nikki are, you know, there are, uh, they know all about that. Morning, Michelle. Morning, Hank. Um, and just trying to get, and if that's another thing too, is if you have anything, go through your house. Go through your closets, go through all of your storage, wherever you have your storage items, things that you put away. Go through all that stuff and see if you can't find some items that you can sell. I always think of, and I think it was through one of those shows, like the Hoarder. I don't think it was the Hoarder show. I think it was more of like a um, organization show. And they said if you haven't used an item or worn an item in 6 months, then you should get rid of it. Um, Actually, I think it was a year, not 6 months. But if you're not using that item pretty regularly, then get rid of it. That creates, or that uh, doesn't allow for hoarding, which I know a lot of people disagree with that. Because they think, well, if I get rid of it, I'm going to need it tomorrow. Because I think the same thing. Like, just as sure as I sell this on eBay, I'm going to need it tomorrow. And I'm going to have to go and buy another one. I mean, that's kind of the chance you have to take. Um, that's one thing I'm going to be doing probably this weekend is I'm going to be cleaning out my closet. Cleaning my closet out. I know I've got a lot of storage stuff in there. And then I have another closet in the bathroom, and then under the vanity, I'm going to clean that out too. So I've got a lot of cleaning as far as that goes, and I'm sure that I'm going to find plenty of stuff in there. So, good morning, John. How are you? Yeah, just like Hank said, you can. It's amazing what you can find. Just roaming around your house. That's very true. John says it's 2 o'clock there, just past 2. Very damp, and it rained all day. Crazy. So is this kind of like is this your winter time, John, over there? I know this is our kind of it's just beginning to be winter here. And good morning, Anissa. Great Lakes States. Good morning. We're finally seeing some sunshine here, Anissa says. Anissa, where are you? I tell you, it's hard to keep tabs on everybody. Um, Good morning, Valerie. John says it's late fall at the moment, but our winters are normally wet and cold. Okay. Yeah, Hank says we periodically go through our offices to see what tech needs upgrading or selling off. Selling off. If something needs to be upgraded, goal is to sell something else to recoup the cost. That's a good way to do it. She's in Penn. or PA. That's right. 3 hours north of Pittsburgh. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's a great way to, if you need to upgrade something, then, then you sell that item to get another one. I mean, sometimes that's not as easy as it seems, but especially if it's an expensive piece, but I mean, you can, try to sell something else to get the money to buy the new thing, and then you can sell the old thing. Does that make any sense? Hank says, I want to go full RGB with my build, which is going to require loot. A lot of selling off to even consider it. Well, you have a goal, so, you just have to work towards that goal, and you can do it. You can do it. Nikki, were you talking? Aw, I scared her away. I think she was on mute and she was talking. I hate that when that happens. I think that happens to everyone. At one time or another, I think it happens, but it's kind of funny. Yeah, just looking at my numbers, and I've got to kick it into gear. What's up, Nikki? You're still on mute.
Well, I go on through Google to get on here, right?
Right?
And Google Chrome.
Yeah.
So I'm in the browser right now, like you normally are. Well, anyways, usually I can switch over to the Hangout screen, but because just you and me are in here, it won't let me unless there's actually 3 people in here. It won't let me go to Google Hangouts. So I thought, okay, well, I'll double log in. I'll go in through here, and then I'll go open my Google Hangouts, and then I can get in, because there'll be 2 people in there, and
Right.
then, but for some reason, I'm sitting here chit chatting away, blah la 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 la, and you're like talking over me. I'm like, yeah, I wasn't on mute. What the hell is she talking over me for? That's rude, I'm like, apparently she can't hear me. So I'm like, hello, can you hear me? Hello. And there was no green in the thing showing that I was talking. I was like, so then I was like, I'm doing sign language.
Oh
Just
my
me being
God.
me.
So how did you fix that?
I had to leave of Hangouts, the app,
Yeah.
and go back
Yeah.
into Chrome.
Okay.
And I can't get back into the Hangout on apps, Hangout app, even though I was just there.
Right. Are you a passenger?
I am right now
Okay.
until my
Okay.
daughter gets to work.
Okay. I was just wondering because it's you know you're on the other side of the car, so I was just wondering, just
I
curious.
decided to be a mailman today.
There you go. I don't see how people do that. I really don't. I think that would be really hard to drive like that.
So back to the hoarding thing. There's a fine line between being a reseller and being a hoarder.
Oh, that's so
It's a
true.
very my daughter's laughing. It's a very fine line.
Yeah, it certainly is. Yep.
I swear to God, my daughter's gonna kill me.
Anissa
And if
said,
she does, you'll see it.
Anissa says, Val, your 15-minute silent What's Old movie was the cutest. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Well, thanks, I think. Okay, so Hank says red, green, and blue, generally referring to components that are lit and fully color controllable. More expensive due to aesthetic appeal, generally, like G-Skill RGB versus other lines of memory. And that's with your computer, I'm assuming? Yeah, Hank says it's pretty much just beautiful and I love it. Hey, you know, whatever you love, that's what you need. All we need is love. So, very cool. But I will say that I did get, because I didn't do um, a sold video. I sold one thing yesterday, and it was a Wrangler's retro pearl snap button-down shirt, and I sold that for $13.85. So yeah, I gotta. It's time to kick it into gear.
Sally this morning.
I don't know.
Oh.
I'm gonna have to go rattle her cage.
Oh.
See what's going on.
Give her the dang day off. She's not here where she belongs.
I know.
She's
I
here
didn't
when she
realize
doesn't have a day off.
we were taking the day off today. Time to rattle her cage. And Todd, he's not here. And I guess everybody decided to take the day off, and nobody told me anything about it.
Oh.
No, I didn't get that. I didn't get the email on that. Um, let's see. Good morning, my
Oh.
Grandma Magic Classics. Hope you're having a great morning. The Thrifty Picker says, love picking up vintage pearl snaps. Yeah, those are really. I like the Eli and the what is it, Eli Plains. I like to pick up the extra large tall. Those seem to sell really good. Hank says, I figure as much as I use my computer, I want a case and inside components that are beautiful, so I can display them instead of hating this big ugly box. Exactly. My keyboard and mouse are pretty and lit currently, and a couple of fans, but that's all. I'm too cheap. Yep. Grandma Magic Classic says, plush people alert. Teleconcepts stuffed bear phone for a quarter, and looks like they go for about $35. That's awesome. I gotta get working. Come on, coffee, do your job. Yeah. Anissa says, no sales for me either. They have pretty much died for me. It's okay. I've got more hours with my elderly guy, so money is coming in one way or the other. That's good.
Now it's the holiday week, so give it time. I think um, if I remember correctly, years in the past, Thanksgiving week was a little slow,
Hmm.
but then after Thanksgiving, things really pick up, and
Yeah.
then it really ramps up because then people are like, "Oh my God, is it gonna get here by Christmas?" So
Yeah.
pretty soon, hopefully, you guys will be like, "Oh my God, can I just have a slow week, please?"
6 of one, half a dozen of the other. You complain about one thing, and when it comes, then you know, though, like they
It's either
always say, be careful what you wish for.
yeah, exactly. It's either feast or famine.
Yeah. I say just list through it, you know.
Yep.
Just try to keep listing, and it does make it easier when it does make it a little easier when you have, money coming in from another source, and you're not solely um dependent on your eBay sales and everything, but you just got to, you know, you got to keep your mind right, keep your eye on the prize basically. Thrifty Picker says I picked up a 1940s Dale Evans Hollywood style pearl snap for $5 and sold it for 65. That's awesome. I picked up a couple of Larry Mahan shirts. I think $3 or $4. I think I paid for them, and those usually go for anywhere from $60 to $70. So yeah, I like those good pearl snaps. And there's a big following for Larry Mahan. So uh, you think things will ramp up on used items? I figured we'd be slow till after Christmas. Not necessarily. People are going to be buying. They got money in their pocket, and it doesn't even mean that they're going to be buying it for Christmas. It just I think people buy a lot more during the colder winter months, um, because there's not a lot to do outside. You know, I just kind of think of it as, all these people that they're in Michigan, say, and they're used to being outside during the summertime, and then it's kind of a shocker when you're kind of boarded up, and you got to stay in because it's cold, and I mean
Yep.
the only thing you can really do is be on the computer. I mean
Well,
that's kind of what the way.
even like me,
Go
it's
ahead.
not like it's it's not like eBay buyers, but it's kind of the same. Um, like me, I go to auctions all summer long, live auctions, and I hate online auctions. But in the wintertime, that's when I do that
Right.
because cold,
Yeah.
you know. And so I do a lot of online auctions.
Yeah. I mean,
I'll
people
be right
don't.
back. I gotta switch plates.
Okay. People don't normally want to go out into the cold weather. So, and I think, year by year by year, I think a lot more people are going, are buying online for Christmas, for the holidays. Um, I know I do it a lot more now. And that's not even for really gifts. It's more for household items. If I need something and I can wait a couple of days, then, I'm normally what I will do is I will go to eBay to see if I can get it within, you know, 2 or 3 days. If I can't get it within 2 or 3 days, I do go to Amazon because I do have Prime, and I will go over there and order it so I can get it in, within 2 or 3 days. So, that's just kind of what I do. I mean, to me, if I can wait a couple of days, it actually saves me money by not having to go to the store and, um, go through waste of gas and everything like that. So I I don't really hold back anything as far as what I list. I list everything, anything, and everything. So yeah, Hank says I don't plan on going to any physical stores for Black Friday sales or holiday sales. If Mama wants to, I will. But otherwise, too much hassle with the idiots. Yeah, I mean, I always say I just rather not end up in jail. And it may not even be your fault, but something could happen, and that can lead to a bunch of other events, and before you know it, you got a big iron door slamming behind you. So I say
I remember
I'm not doing that.
I remember one year, we did I took my girls with me for Black Chef Friday shopping. And while I was going and getting their gifts, I told my daughter, I says, you hang out by the towels because they always sell towels for really cheap at Walmart, and they're actually decent towels. And so I always just wait until Black Friday to buy towels every year. So so if my towels are getting thin, it's like, well, they just got to wait till November, you know.
Right, right.
Anyways, and this one year I told her, I said, you go stand by the towels, and this is how many towels I want. I said, you be there because they'll be gone like that. And
Uh-huh.
so, anyways, people started grabbing the towels, um, reaching in the box to grab towels. They were
Gosh.
holding on to towels. And my daughter was like, so I figured I better hold on to some for myself. Came with a box cutter and damn near slit her wrist and wasn't paying attention. And if Brandy wouldn't have moved, yeah, she would have slit her wrist.
Oh my gosh.
Her.
Yeah.
She didn't. Then my daughter says, I was looking at this other lady. I first noticed the lady with the box cutter, and
Uh-huh.
then all of a sudden, the other lady goes, look out. And my daughter moved her hand, and just as she moved her hand, the box cutter went right by where it would have been.
Oh my gosh.
It was like,
Wow.
holy crap.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then my other daughter, she was over to get some t shirts for my nephews, my great nephews. And she said that was talking to another person, really nice person, and she asked her, "Well, what do you need?" And my daughter told her, and told her which ones she wanted, the pictures, on the front, and then the lady told her what she wanted and what sizes, so because they were all in this bin, and they knew it was going to be havoc. So each one of them grabbed what they needed and what the other person needed, and they were throwing T-shirts back and
Oh my
forth to each
gosh.
other because one was on one side, one was on the other side.
Oh my gosh. Well, that's a good plan.
She says,
Yeah.
"Mommy, the other lady said the only way we're going to get through this is teamwork."
That's right. That's right. Why not work together, not against each other, you know? That should be a motto
I guess that's
for life,
you
you
need to
know?
get allies.
Yeah, absolutely. That's right, Hank. I agree. She said it cuts down on spending because if I have a lot of items I want to buy on and online, they don't get me with impulse deals in the store that I don't really need or want. Exactly. Um, yeah, she said the thrifty picker, we always went for years and years, but it's too much for me now. I can't go. Let's see, I lost my place. Where'd it go? Oh, um, I ain't got the patience. Most stuff isn't that great of a deal, anyways. That's kind of, you kind of have to weigh. I know there's a lot of people that love doing it, and that's awesome if you like to do it and you look forward to it. And, it's just something, it's more of like a family thing. I totally get that. Totally get that. But, you know, for me, it just isn't my thing. I'm not a, I'm not a shopper. I'm not gonna go. I don't go to malls, and I don't go to. Um, I just don't do it. Uh, it's a necessary. You spend unnecessarily spend money, and for me, there's just no reason for that. So, um, yeah. So, you know, you do whatever you want to do. It's all good. Some people like it, some people don't. You know, and not just about what life is all about too. Huh? Oh, excuse me, I got Yawny there. I need to figure out what my sister is doing. I know she's up because Facebook says she was active 49 minutes ago. Oh, you know what? I know why she's not in here. She had to go to the doctor.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, she had an appointment at 8 o'clock. So I'm
That's
like
right.
bugging, messaging her. Hey, where are you? Get in here. You being lazy?
I know she's in here when she's up all night.
Yeah. Sally had to go to a doctor's appointment, so that's why she's not here.
I forgot about that.
So
Can you hear me?
yeah, I
Oh,
can hear
okay.
you. I can hear you. I can hear you just fine.
I was sitting here talking to you, and all of a sudden I was like, Valerie's not moving. I think
Freeze
I'm
frame.
froze.
Jim's Coon Cat says, I've been wanting to go to a pick apart place I saw a lot this summer, but now I'll have to wait until next year. That sucks. I think that would be actually a really cool place to go to. She said he said it's really fun. We hit 3 in the same day since it was an hour plus drive, made enough off of the sellables to cover our personal items. There you go. There you go. The Thrifty Picker says, I watched 2 women fight over a Cabbage Patch doll once when I was young, and it was a down fisticuff fight. Um, and the doll ended up on the floor, which my sister grabbed and ran for the checkout. That's awesome. That's a great story.
Yeah. We don't I'm lucky because I'm not in one of the big cities where you see all that stuff going on. I mean,
Right,
there's like, there might be a little bit of pushing or whatever, but it's really not that bad.
right. Yeah. And, really, I mean, there was a lot of people when I went, but, I think it really wasn't horrible. It wasn't the greatest place to be. But I could tell Mike was very, very nervous about, just
Yeah.
being there and I don't think, even if we think that you know, everybody's, nobody's going to fight you over an item, you just never know. And
Yeah.
there's so many people and so many people wanting the same items and it's just that everybody's kind of all they got their adrenaline up and they're bound and determined that they're going to get this item and yeah, it's just not a good situation. So I tend to just stay away.
I think it's fun.
Now I think it would be fun to go to like different stores, but that's kind of hard to do because especially if you have to wait in line. But I think it would be fun just to go to different stores and just kind of pop in and if you wanted something from that store, just go in and get it and then come out. But of course, it's not going to be that easy. So I don't know.
Well, the thing is when you're doing it by yourself, you have to plan, um, like what store you're going to go to first.
Right,
And usually the mall opens up in the middle of the night, like 2 a.m.
right,
And so you can go to the mall and do your Old Navy and stuff like that. And then by the time, then Menards doesn't open till like 6. And I
right.
think Walmart doesn't open till like 5. So you can run to Walmart, get there at 5, get your stuff, and then Menards by 6. And that's usually where I end up.
Yeah. I want to say that our Walmart opened at midnight. So it was midnight Thanksgiving.
Well, they've changed it the last couple of years now, and
Yeah. I think
I
every
didn't go up last year.
so, it's just if you like that kind of thing, by all means, if you can get good deals and feel good about it, hey, you have a good time. I won't be there. But I might change my mind. I've never went with like a girlfriend or, a couple of friends. I've never done that.
Yeah.
Um and so I might change my tune. I may just go just to hang out.
Oh,
But
did your daughter do Black Friday shopping?
no.
Oh,
Nope. So, it's sometimes it's just and I know for a lot of people it's just a really rough time. A lot of people don't have a lot of money for
yeah.
Christmas presents and all of that too. So,
Well, that's
um,
that's that's how I started going Black Friday shopping.
uh-huh.
Was because one year me and Gary we just did not
You're glitchy.
get a good Christmas.
Uh-huh.
Really cared about that stuff though. But anyways, I did. I never wanted my kids to go. Oh, I really would like this. Anyways,
I can't hear you.
and was able to provide a really fun Christmas for my kids. I mean, and um, for so cheap. And it's like, and after my kids, and until my kids were out of the house, I was like, I can't afford not to go Black Friday shopping. You know,
Right. Right.
I mean, I got so many good deals. It was like crazy. But like my kids, they don't care about all the gifts and stuff either. They know the importance of Christmas and stuff like that. I just always wanted to make sure that they had stuff.
Right.
So when they go to
Right.
school and the kids are asking what they got, they're not
Hmm.
going to sit there and go nothing.
Yeah.
But
I think if you had, of course my situation's different than, a person that, a mom that has, three or four kids and they all want, $100 items and you can get the items for $50. Hey, I completely feel that. I understand.
well, now it was like me. I mean, I wasn't going there for my kids to get like fancy gifts.
Hmm.
Um, because at the time I couldn't afford it. But like my kids, I mean, we used to get them. We usually just get them something big. We used to get them something big that they would share or something, or
Hmm.
one big gift, and then they get some little stuff.
Right.
But some people just fork out way too much. I mean, I think I fork out way too much money for Christmas, and I don't even spend probably half of what most people spend.
Right.
You know,
Right. Well,
just
and when
it's just
yeah, I mean, it costs a lot of money.
yeah. Christmas is my thing. Christmas is my time of year. It's the only time I really spend money. I mean, I normally am very frugal,
Hmm.
and I'm still very frugal with my Christmas shopping, but normally I'm very frugal throughout the year, and um, that's just my moment to shine is Christmas. It's just my season.
Yeah.
So
Yep. I understand. So, Nikki, what do you got going on today?
oh, I have to go and I probably should flip that over in case somebody sees it. It's got my address on it. Um, Probably should have thought of that before. I gotta get my husband's tires fixed today.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So, and
That's right.
then I switched. My husband's truck is at his job, and I told my daughter, oh, excuse me, I told my daughter to come pick me up at my husband's job with my car. And then, so what I'll do is I'll go back to my husband's job, get his truck, take it to get it fixed, and then I'll bring it back to my husband's job and take my car so I can go home.
Hmm.
And then, because my husband has to fix my niece's furnace again, and he didn't get it last night. It some blew some kind of fuse or something.
Hmm.
Anyways, so he ended up going to town for nothing really. And then, God, she's got so much stuff in this visor. God, I hate that. Anyway, sorry. Oh, and so I'm gonna go home after. Well, I gotta go to the tire shop at a little bit after noon.
Uh-huh.
Um, so whenever he gets done, then I get to go home right after that. My husband said that way, then I don't have to. He doesn't have to rush to make sure I get home for my show, and
Right.
I don't have to
Well,
worry.
that's good.
Yeah.
It's that big black thing. What?
What?
I don't know. Megan says, "What's that big black thing hanging behind you?" I don't
What
know.
do you got back there,
I'm
Valerie?
scared. I'm scared now. What is that? Over here? It's a tote. I don't know. I don't know if that's the one that you're wondering about or not. That's the only thing I got hanging. The only black thing hanging around. Yeah, it's just a tote. That's all it is. It's just a purse tote thingy, and it's hanging on a like a coat tree type thing. That's all it is.
That just sounded funny. What's the big black thing hanging?
Looks like a dress. Nope, it's not a dress. It's a purse. It's a tote. So there you go.
A tote bag.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, I changed up a few things in the background. So now I know that people are like looking in my house, like looking at the stuff, trying to figure out what this is and what that is. That's funny. Oh well. Um,
So
let's
I was that one day you're like, oh my messy house. I'm like, nobody looks anyway.
jeez. How we know better than that?
That's why I hang a sheet. You don't want to see what's behind the sheet.
And then I got all my boxes yesterday, so I can start using those and
What boxes?
my USPS boxes.
Oh.
I got those. I didn't know that they had them, but they're the tubes for their priority tubes, basically.
Oh yeah.
Uh, they're USPS, and so I ordered some priority and I ordered some express.
Hmm.
So, and that is something I'm considering. I'm thinking about it. Okay, so actually, I was thinking about it, and now I've kind of regressed a little bit from that. On all of my items, I was going to put uh, add express shipping to my items. That way, if
Yeah.
somebody needed it right away, for Christmas or whatever, I could do it. But I was notified that my post office nor the post office that is 5 miles away accept express shipping.
Oh,
So I have regressed on that, and I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. Otherwise, if I get an express item or order, then I have to drive 20 miles one way to get that to another post office. I'm not going to do
yeah.
that.
No.
That's going to definitely put me out. Um, and so I'm not going to offer that anymore.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make sense to do that.
No.
Um,
Plus, like I told you the other day, you can't give customers too many options.
no,
And then you'll start getting messages. Well, why didn't I get the express for $5?
right,
It said shipping $5. Well, and they have no clue,
right,
you know, and so
right,
they think you can do express for $5, but then when you charge them like $25, they're like, what? What are you doing? Why are you charging me that?
right.
It says $5 shipping. They don't understand. So
Yeah,
it's just best to just tell them what they're going to get, and that's it. And if
yes.
somebody really needs it fast or whatever, and you want to do it,
Hmm.
they'll message you and say, "Hey," because I've had it before um, where like they've needed it within the next couple days. How much will it cost me? Can you invoice me? Blah blah blah. You
Right,
know, and then even then you can add on some gas money onto that when you tell them
right,
how much it's going to cost for you to go out of your way to do that,
right.
if you chose to do so.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
yeah, make it your choice. Especially this
that
time of year, if you got to drive 20 miles one way and it's wintertime and there's a blowing, drifting snow out there, you know, you want to make sure you have that choice whether to say yes or no,
right, exactly.
you know?
Yeah, and if somebody, if there was a way for me to get it where, you know, because I can go either direction.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh,
Ugh.
you're okay.
Um, but yeah, like you said, if there's a way to do that, then I would definitely be open to that. But I don't want to, and I can adjust the shipping on there, so I can, if it's needed, I can do that. But really, I mean, if you think about it, really the priority shipping is, a good deal. And if even with like Express, I mean that
Hmm.
only cuts it down like one day because
Yeah.
it's usually 1 to 2,
Yeah.
and the priority is 2 to 3.
Yeah.
So
And I was told at my post office, pretty much overnight is non-existent anymore.
right,
The way they have the new routes running
yeah.
and times, it's pretty much non-existent.
So you know, um, and
At
I pretty much
USPS.
right,
Now,
right.
FedEx and them, you probably can still get overnight. I don't want to be quoted wrong.
Hank says, "Good morning, Tina." Hank says, people message me in all different languages, ordering at 4 a.m., then messaging me saying they need this $15 item shipped immediately because it's so crucial they wear this vest on Thanksgiving. Wow. Well, I understand, but I mean that's the truth. I mean, they should have ordered it sooner. Why are you waiting till the last minute? But
Well,
there's those people out there that they order at the very last minute, and Hank says, "Look, I get it. Trying to impress your girlfriend's family at dinner with your fly vintage hunting vest. But geez, calm down, people." Tina asks, how do you think your readings went last night? I think they went good. I think it was a experience for a lot of people. So that was good.
Reading what reading? I can't talk about readings. My Catholic dad, if you ever watched this, I'd be in trouble.
That's
right. Just kidding.
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
But um
we appreciate it though, Tina.
Yeah, absolutely. It was an experience. Most definitely.
I would have much rather had you tell me that I was going to be rich or, you know, what's passport for or something like that. But
Absolutely.
and now you called eBay about. We probably should talk about that. The other day when you got somebody that messaged you and asked you to ship to a separate address, to a different address, and we always thought that as long as it's in the messages in eBay, it's good. But then we researched it, and you called eBay. And when I researched it, I found out that yes, you'd be okay with eBay, but you would lose your seller protection with PayPal because PayPal does not have access to those messages. That's what I found on the customer service page.
Right.
But what did you find out when you called eBay?
Well, they did say that. So basically, what I got was an order for something, and then they said, "Oh, I'm not going to be at this address when it's supposed to be delivered. Can you send it to another address?" Well, I had, like you, I had always been told or always been advised that um, you can change the address on there. That, as long as there's messages pertaining to that, asking, if you could change the address, as long as it's all kept within eBay, then you're covered. But I did go ahead because it was kind of weird because, and maybe, so when I got the address, the guy says, okay, you can send it to this address. So I got the address. It was in Miami. And let's see, I think the original one was, so it was under a different name, a girl's name when it was the original order. And that's what the PayPal was from. Well, when the guy sent me, or when the person sent me the other address it was supposed to go to, it was a guy's name, and
Oh,
and then it was he said it was supposed to go to Miami, but the zip code actually came up to Hialeah. So he said, well, Miami, Hialeah, it's all the same, so it doesn't matter. It'll still get here. So, in that sense, it was a little bit weird, but, sometimes they call, different cities, different names and stuff like that. So I went ahead, I just felt better about, I thought, well, I need to call eBay and find out about it. So they basically said that if you change that address, you lose your seller protection. So that means that if I would have sent it, the item, then it would have null and voided my coverage. So if it went to the wrong address, anything like that, I wouldn't be covered. I would have lost out on that item, and I probably would have had to refund. So, and I don't, I'm not about this. I'm about the whole losing money thing. I'm here to
yeah,
make money, not lose money. So it just
yeah.
wasn't, it wasn't the thing to do. Um, so, I told him, no, I can't do that. Sorry.
So eBay said even though it was in the messages, you would still lose your buyer protect or your seller
Yeah.
protection.
Yes. He said that does not stand. It does not stand. A lot of people think
Oh,
it stands, but he said it does not stand. Um, you still lose your even if it is in the messages, you still lose your seller protection. So you know, I'm not going to do that. So
yeah.
and
If you do it, you take it away.
it was a good sale, and I needed the sale, but it was a $75 sale. But if that item wouldn't have got to the place where it was supposed to go, or like we were thinking, it could have been like somebody got a hold of a credit card number,
Yeah.
somebody doing some spamming because it was a different name, and all of that. So it's just not worth taking that risk, um,
Hmm.
to do that to get the sale, because
Yeah.
really in the back part of it, it could really have turned really bad.
Yeah.
It could have been really bad for me. So, yeah,
Hmm.
I lost a good sale, but I think I saved myself um, some heartache there. So,
You know what? It sold for $75 once, so I'm sure it'll
right,
sell for it again. You know.
absolutely, yeah.
I didn't know that he wanted it sent in somebody else's name and stuff too. That's
Well, and well, it wasn't. I think what I don't know what happened. Sometimes people like they'll say, "Oh yeah, get this," and they'll tell their girlfriend, "Oh, I want this," so the girlfriend will buy it in on their PayPal. That's kind of what I'm
hmm
thinking happened. I'm being proactive, but that's kind of what I'm thinking happened. And so, and he said that it didn't go through PayPal. It went through his credit card, which is we know how that works. It goes through PayPal anyway, even if it is a credit card.
yeah.
So, but and then when he sent me the information, he sent me the name, his name, I guess, and
Oh,
and then and then the address where it was supposed to go. So I don't know, I don't know what the whole thing is with the name, but it could have, or it may or may not have been a scam, but you just never know.
yeah.
Oh,
And 9 times out of 10, or 99.9% out of 100 or whatever, it's not going to be a scam. You
right.
know, but there is that minute chance that it could be, and that's the time.
Yeah.
That, and
And
it's
I
just better to
guess,
follow the rules.
yeah. And I guess, if I would have not followed the rules and went ahead and sent it to that, I guess I probably would have found out if it was a scam or not.
Yeah,
That's an expensive learning experience.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I just rather not do it that way. Um,
hmm
so
I'm glad you called, and I
yeah, me
just
too.
thought that's something we should probably share on the show.
And I will be truthful. There have been, items that I have changed the address on
Hmm.
PayPal, and probably not, definitely not the best thing to do, but I have done it in the past. But
I have to.
I was under the impression, that as long as there was messages, then I was covered. But
Yeah,
and now that I know that that is not the case,
yeah.
I won't be doing that anymore. You go
I've
back
done
and
it too.
you fix it.
I've done it too on smaller items that
Yeah,
aren't that expensive.
right.
But if it's over probably 25-30 bucks, I probably will tell them no.
Yeah,
Usually I'll tell them no. Um, I'll tell them you have to change your address in
yeah.
the system before I can do
And
that.
basically what they told me to do is that the only way to fix it is for me to cancel the item,
Yeah.
and with uh buyer's request, and then they can go back into their PayPal, they can
Hmm.
edit their address, and then they can purchase the item again.
Yeah.
You know, they said that's the only way you can do that.
Yeah.
Um, so at least the good thing is, now I know that there's a lot of people that say, well, you shouldn't call eBay so often, and you. My thing is there's not a stupid question. I mean, a
Nope.
lot of people think that they're you know why are you calling for this reason? Why are you calling for that? You know, you basically you want to get the answer from the horse's mouth.
Yep.
You know, so if you have a question about something, sometimes and there's plenty of people out here, in the reseller community that have tons of experience, but
Yeah.
sometimes, in a sticky situation, you want to go to the horse, you want to go to the main source, and you want to call, and if you call and you ask and you find out from them that this is the way it's supposed to be,
Yeah.
sometimes that's the best way
And
to go.
and you asked me because I've been selling longer, and and I didn't feel comfortable telling you, yeah, do it, because
Right,
I had never heard it from eBay saying it was okay. I have
right,
only heard it from in the in the community that it's okay to do that,
right.
as long as it's in the message. So I I never heard it right from the horse's mouth myself. So I wasn't comfortable telling you, advising you to do that.
Right,
And that's why I told you I would, this is what I found the answer to, but I would call eBay to make sure.
right.
Because in the
Yeah.
community or the customer service page, if the customer service hasn't answered the question on the fax, then
Hmm.
they send you to the community pages. Well, we all know about community pages.
Right,
That's other sellers just putting in answers, and that's just like a forum or Facebook. It's not the stuff that they're gonna stand behind.
right.
So you need to, if you have a question, yeah, don't be afraid to call them. And honestly, I have been told by eBay that they like you to call them,
Hmm.
because there's a lot of times um when they'll just like put a block on something on a page,
Hmm.
and you'll have to call them, and they're like, we just wanted you to call us.
Hmm.
And it's like, why? We just want to see how it's going. What? I've had that happen before. I mean, it doesn't happen as much as it used to, but yeah, I mean, they're we're paying them.
Right, right.
They're actually working for us.
Hmm.
You know, should you call for every little tiny thing? I mean, sometimes we have to figure stuff out on our own, but for the rules and regulations, yeah, if you have a question, go right to the horse's mouth and ask,
Yep,
because then you have something to back you up.
yep.
Now, whether they record those calls, I don't know. But if you have a name of a person that you talk to, and you go back and say, so and so told me this when I called, chances are you'd have a little more leg to stand on than saying, well, I looked it up in the forums. Well, the forums, you can't, you
No,
know.
no.
So
Yeah,
no.
I think you just, I have to, I think you just have to be, diligent about it, and you know,
Hmm.
make this decision. I mean, a lot of people can tell you, a lot of different things about, and not to say that, people that don't have that do have the experience, you know, I think, like Nikki, because she wasn't completely sure, or
Hmm.
because she, questioned herself on it, she didn't want to put somebody, she didn't want to give the wrong information. So,
Yeah.
and so that's why she told me you need to call,
And
and
unless
that's
it's information that I've heard right from eBay, I will not
right,
give the wrong information. I'll tell you
right.
what I've heard and stuff, but I will not tell you to do it, because if I haven't heard it right from eBay, nope.
Yeah,
I am not
yeah,
one of those sellers that make up my own rules. And I'm not saying that I follow the rules all the times. I mean, there has been times that I've sent to other other addresses because it was in the messages.
Right.
That's always luckily worked out. But yeah, I'm not going to advise somebody else to do it.
Yeah.
That's up to them, what they do with their business,
Right.
Then if it was to end up something happening, I would feel so guilty. I'd probably end up sending you the $75 because I felt so damn guilty. So I didn't want to lose $75 either.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm glad that it worked out the way it did, and I
Yeah.
appreciate you.
And we had something to talk about on the show.
Absolutely. There's Sally.
Hi.
Sorry, I was
I'm
messaging you.
glad. I just went to the doctor and I lost 15 pounds.
Nice.
Woohoo!
Happy about it. She says my A1C's down.
Man,
Good.
look at you.
I know.
Getting healthy.
I don't know what's going on, but
You know
I'm gonna
what?
keep doing it.
And I'll tell you probably a lot of what it is the pop.
Yep.
It might be.
Mm-hmm.
It very well might be.
I think that, and I drink pop. I don't drink it regularly, but I do have my glass of pop every once in a while. But
Thanks, guys.
I think it could have been very, very likely that it could have been that.
Mm-hmm. At least part of it.
Yeah.
Main part of it. Oh yeah, pop will just, even diet pop just keeps making you fatter and fatter.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been drinking diet pop for years. I've never really drank. I mean, every once in a while I'll have a regular Pepsi or whatever because that's what my kids would drink, and so if I was out or whatever, I would drink that. But I always drank diet pop. I have since I was like in my teenage years, and
Yeah.
and so it's been years and years that I've drank, and I've never like quit. Like I would slow down on it, but then I would speed right back up on it too.
Right.
And I don't know how I lost 15 pounds because the tea that I've been drinking has regular sugar in it. It doesn't have sweetener. It's not like a diet tea.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes me completely think, it makes me completely question this whole sweetener thing.
Well, the sweetener thing, the carbonation.
Mm-hmm.
The carbonation adds so much air to your body. I mean, it's just insane.
Thank you.
So yeah, I'm very, I would say it's probably, that's probably a lot of it. It's probably the pop.
Have you been watching your carbs? That's a big thing too.
I haven't.
Carbs
I haven't, but my I think my metabolism has sped up a little bit too.
Mm-hmm.
My appetite hasn't been like it used to be. Like, used to during Thanksgiving, I could put away food, like
Mm-hmm.
I loved my, big pile of mashed potatoes and turkey in there with gravy. Oh my goodness. Favorite thing to eat.
Mm-hmm.
And so like, I would fill myself, like, and this last week we had our Thanksgiving, and I seriously ate a section like that of food.
Yeah.
It was the turkey and mashed potatoes. It was a pile like that, but
Right.
it was that's all I ate, and usually I could eat a plate.
Right.
So it just makes me completely think, that there's something different with me and my metabolism and my appetite.
Right.
Has, Brandon will bring me dinner and be like, like last night he brought me a couple of tacos, and I don't know, I had some kind of stomach issue going on. So I ate those 2 tacos, and then a couple hours later I ate 3 more tacos. And then I was like done.
Right.
But before that, I could probably, and that was the little crunchy shells. Now, I used to eat the flour tortillas, and it'd be a taco like this filled, and I could eat 3 of those suckers, no problem. But I couldn't eat that now. I really couldn't. So I seriously think that my metabolism has changed too.
Well, that's a good thing, Sally.
I know.
I've started not being able to eat bread.
About around 15 pounds.
I can't eat as much bread and potatoes. Well, I like potatoes, but like different kinds.
I do too.
I can't eat. I used to be able to eat any kind of potato, but now it's like I can eat mashed potatoes and gravy. And the only instant potatoes I like are, which I never used to like instant potatoes, but I really like those Idahoan. I like those Idahoan or whatever they're called, garlic ones.
Yeah, the ones that have like garlic and chive and stuff in them.
Garlic, yeah. Oh my God, they're so good. Anyway, like those. Those are the only instant potatoes I like. But I like mashed potatoes. But I don't like hash browns anymore. I barely eat any fries anymore. Bread, I'm not really into bread much. I mean, Subway used to be my favorite thing to eat. Now it's like most of the time I'll eat part of my sub with the bread, and then the rest of it I just eat the innards.
Yeah.
You know. Oh, that's what I should eat today. They got that new Reuben at Subway.
They got what? A Reuben?
A Reuben at Subway.
Ooh, that does sound good.
Yeah. Well, it looks so good when they're making it on the commercial.
I don't do sauerkraut. I don't do sauerkraut. Nope.
Oh, yummy.
A Reuben has sauerkraut on it?
Yeah, it does.
Well, that's what a Reuben is.
I can't do sauerkraut either. I like meat, and I thought a Reuben was like the meat with that you dip.
Oh no, that's au jus.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Never mind. I don't like sauerkraut.
I said au jus. You should have said bless you.
Seriously, my mother used to cook sauerkraut for my dad.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I would get off the bus. And walk into the house and smell that. And I seriously would go to my room and stuff things under the door so that smell couldn't get in my room.
Yep.
And I would stay in there until after dinner. Like, I could not come out because I was going to be sick.
Yeah. I remember as a kid, I did not like sauerkraut, but as an adult now, I can't get enough of it.
Oh my gosh, really?
They just put out blow molds at the Salvation Army.
Well, girl, you better get in there and get them.
They don't open till 10.
Oh. Well,
they probably got $20 a piece on them or something on them.
I know, it was so bad. I felt like I was so weird for feeling that way about like a food, like the smell of a food. And then my mom used to tell me that she had to actually cook liver for my grandpa from the time that she was like 9 years old. You know, they grew up cooking for my grandpa, and she said that she absolutely hated the smell of liver and onions, and you know, and that's basically what it did to her too.
Yeah,
was that smell just? She thought she was gonna barf.
Yeah. I gotta make a big batch of cabbage rolls.
I'm okay with cabbage. See, that's the weird part, because I used to have that that recipe for cabbage soup, the cabbage soup diet, and I used to eat that.
Well,
I mean, it's
soup.
not like I liked it or anything, but you know, I ate it, and I would eat a lot of it because I was on the diet, and you were allowed to eat as much of that soup as you wanted, you know. And so, you know, I didn't put as much cabbage as they said, but I would put some cabbage in there and then fill the rest of it with the rest of the vegetables. But
I remember one time I tried that, and my husband, when I was making it, my husband's like, "Oh man, you're gonna have to sleep out in the living room because you're gonna be farting."
yeah,
I,
that
but
stuff
cabbage
does make
doesn't
you
bother me that
stinky.
way. Yeah, cabbage doesn't bother me that way, but
Ugh.
they just put out a lot of stuff that I need for the steam show for the hayride. They just put out a big light up sleigh. They put out 2 blow molds, and then they cut out this cute wood, like candle lantern thing. Really cute.
You know what I've been doing a lot of too is drinking water.
That helps a
I
lot.
drink a
That helps
lot.
your A1C a lot also.
I just been
Water
drinking. I've been drinking a
sugar.
lot of everything actually.
Well, that water is helping your sugar.
Yeah, I think actually that has to do a lot with my appetite too. Like I'm so full of tea and water and coffee or whatever else I drink, and I just have no room for food.
Right.
Yeah, well, that can backfire too, but drinking a lot of water is good for you.
And I swear I pee like twice an hour.
I was looking at
Not
stuff.
kidding you. I mean, if not 3 times. I mean, it's
Yeah.
seriously like apple-sized bladder.
I was looking at stuff as the guy was putting it out. He came over to my window. We open at 10 o'clock. Yeah, no shit.
I thought about going to my St. Vinny's today. I don't know if I should or not.
Ah.
You know, because I think I have a card that has a bunch of punches on it, and I think I need one more punch for $10, and then I get $10 for free.
Hey, there you go.
It's worth the inventory for $10.
Yeah.
So I might be going to buy some stuff today.
I should go get one of the posters. Maybe I can chew them down a little bit on their price and say, well, it is for nonprofit hayride.
There you go. There you go.
Our STEAM club is nonprofit also.
She gave me a referral for chiropractor because she put me on a muscle relaxer and it really hasn't helped.
Uh-huh.
And so she said she wanted to try chiropractic care then. And then she gave me a referral for physical therapy for my arm because something to do with the tendon that's right here. Like whenever I go to lift something, I feel like my arm's going to give out, and sometimes it does. And she says my pulse is okay in this arm and everything, but it's just weird. It's like if I can, because I was like, oh, I don't know if it's the muscle or if it's the bone, because whenever I stretch it and I can pop it, it gives me like 30 seconds of relief. But then it just goes back to hurting. But
you know what that is? It's tendonitis.
That's what it sounds like, is tendonitis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what you really need is probably one of those like a tennis elbow brace.
Right.
Oops, sorry.
What are you doing? What are you doing,
Sorry.
Nikki?
I was trying to call up the chat so I could see the chat. I'm sorry. Don't beat me.
Why are you sorry?
I don't know.
No, one of those tennis elbow brace. It just goes right up here, and it's just
right.
You wouldn't think that it would actually do anything, but it actually will support and give you support for movement.
Like
and
like it's right, but it's right here.
Yeah.
It's on the top of my arm.
Yeah.
That muscle.
Yeah.
Or tendon or whatever.
Yeah. Well, you got muscles, tendons, nerves, all that all mixed in together, usually if one is irritated, it's all going to be irritated because they're, so close together. So,
And she says whenever I'm stretching it like that, it's like the tendon is jumping over something else. And that's what's popping or whatever.
Right.
That's what's giving me that relief. So it's moving. That tendon is moving.
Yeah. So tendinitis, itis is swelling.
Mm-hmm.
So something in the tendon.
Itis is inflammation, right?
Right. Swelling, inflammation, same
Yeah.
thing. So, if there's some kind of swelling or inflammation, irritation, something like that in the tendon, and it's making it, and usually, and I know that it probably feels good when you do it, but it's probably not a good thing for you to stretch it out.
I know. It's probably just like me cracking my knuckles, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. Because when you get a little bit of relief from that, but
yeah, but it's like so painful. It's like so painful, and then to lose because like how much I lift at work and stuff, and whenever I'm lifting like a case of beer or something with this arm, I need it to work.
Right.
Or else I'm gonna drop it. And it's happened to where like I've dropped things because it was just like it's gone.
Yeah.
It's like I didn't have any
no control over it, no strength.
It,
Yeah, you just lost all your strength. Yeah.
And then I'm thinking, oh God, I'm diabetic. So does this mean I'm gonna freaking lose my arm or something?
No.
Automatically I'm thinking in my head, are they gonna cut off my arm now because it's not working right?
No, that's if you get infection that they can't get rid of.
Well, I don't have infection or anything, but
then you're good.
I know it just scares me.
You only have those.
I just get scared.
Infection that they can't get rid of, and it starts spreading, and they got to cut off. They got to cut off the limb to get it to go away.
Right.
Okay.
You'll be all right.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Jesus Christ! I got tendonitis.
Okay. Shut up, Nikki. Don't make fun of me. You asshole.
You made me snort on camera.
I know. I think it's funny. Nikki the snorter. Megan says the ligaments and tendons that work your fingers all originate at your elbow. So when you're using your hands, the tennis elbow braces absorb the shock before it reaches your elbow. Oh, I see. Okay. So so they might give me something like that with my PT or something. Like I'll find out from them next week. If they're going to do something like, that would be who would give it to me is the PT people probably.
Yeah.
Oh, Hank says, well, shit, I got 3 new shelving units arriving today and got to run into town. I don't want to be here when they arrive. Dang, I better hurry. Doubtful they'll arrive within the next hour. Well, that's great that you have shelving units arriving. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's exciting. Val says, I love Nikki's giggle, snort, laugh.
I wish Salvation Army would hurry up and open.
Yeah, Megan, I'll probably just wait and have PT give me whatever, because if it's something like that I'm sure they'll give me one or prescribe me one or something, and my insurance will pay for it.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it.
Yeah, I know. I know you can get cheap ones stuff, but I'll just wait for them.
Because
You
the
know, there's no
problem,
sense in going paying out of pocket anything if my insurance is going to cover it.
the problem with braces, sometimes if you use the wrong brace or you use it too much, you end up losing strength too. I mean, that's one reason,
Yeah.
you know, like my knee, I have had 4 knee surgeries, just a little background. I've had 4 knee surgeries. I need a new knee put in. I injured it a long time ago. Anyways, um, but my doctor refuses to give me a knee brace. Even though
Huh.
when I wear a knee brace, it makes my knee feel better, but he still refuses to give me a knee brace because
That's
if you use it
ridiculous.
too much, your knee will get weak, and he doesn't want that to get weakened.
Yeah, Nikki, but there's after your surgery, you're supposed to wear it for like a year.
Well, yeah, after the surgery, he gave me a knee brace, but I mean, for like,
No coffee?
I asked
Oh,
for a
yes.
knee brace when I needed it, and he said no because he doesn't want me to wear it all the time because I'll end up
Where's cream?
in my knee.
No sugar, just
But
cream.
no, after surgery, yes, I had knee braces
Here, spoon.
after they told me to get rid of the knee braces. Now he won't give me one because
Yeah.
he doesn't
I
want
know
me to.
my boss just had surgery January and she's still wearing her brace.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes it's better, sometimes it's worse, you know, just depending on how much she works it. But she doesn't just, you know, hobble around. She freaking works.
Yeah.
So, I mean, last week she did that whole cooler by herself, you know, she just, you know, and she pays for it, you know, she's sore afterwards and stuff, but I don't think babying, I mean, after a little bit after surgery, of course, but you know, babying stuff is not going to help anything. And that's why, like, you know, when this arm thing started happening to me, I'm like, thank you, honey.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I don't want to baby my arm, you know, and not lift anything with this arm just because it might go out on me. I still lift stuff with it, and you know, to try and keep the strength.
And that's me. I very rarely baby my knee. I do whatever I need to do on my knee, but it hurts, but I do it.
Yeah. Val says, is Nikki going to take us shopping with her if they don't have music playing in the background of Salvation Army? That would be cool, Nikki.
Yeah, I think that would be a good idea.
I could take you with me, but I don't know if I don't think they have. I don't know if I can get. Oh, maybe I can share our hangout now. Let me see.
Even if it's playing in the background, she might get a music violation, but they'll take it off. I mean,
It'll
they'll
be
just
fine.
give her a message. It's not a big deal.
I've been a good girl so far, so I think I can spare something. And even if I need to just take it off monetization, I can do that too.
I know you're just trying to help Megan. It's fine. I just don't want to spend out of pocket money if my insurance is going to cover it.
Right.
That's just how I am.
Huh?
Help, honey.
Oh my God, my Pandora started up on its own. I was like,
You're what?
All of a sudden, this music started playing. I was like, where's that music coming from? Here, my Pandora started playing on its own.
Oh, shit.
Def Leppard was coming up. I was like, what the heck? I guess we must have had music one too many times.
If anybody likes Pink, she came out with a video for Beautiful Trauma this morning, and it has her and Channing Tatum. It is so freaking funny.
Really?
And it's a really good video.
I'll have to go look that up.
Well, Nikki just popped off here. I was going to read your comment, Hank. Yeah, I'm not gonna baby this arm no matter how hard it gets to, you know, lift and stuff like that, I'm not going to baby it.
Yeah, you have to be kind of careful
Hey,
with that.
Nikki. Hank says, Nikki, that's how my man is. Both knees need replacing again, and he just keeps on and works through the pain because he's got to. Knee pain is awful.
Yeah. Can't do nothing about it. You just got to do it.
Yeah. Ooh.
I'm gonna go take this out to the
Oh,
mailbox
no.
real quick.
Son of a bitch.
What?
My battery just died.
Uh-oh.
I actually been sitting here and left my goddamn lights on. I'll be right back.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, Nikki. It's all good. So just so everybody knows, we are doing a Wednesday night challenge. It's just a listing challenge. There's no money involved. Anybody can get in, and we're just doing a listing challenge for Sally because it's her last night off, and she wants to do that. So we're going to do it. And it's going to be five hours long, and we're just going to come on here and list to our heart's desire.
Who's that?
Us. We're going to do
Us?
a listing. We're going to do a listing challenge tomorrow night.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
and then don't forget that Nikki's going to be having her List It or Ditch It show tonight, and the link to that is down in the description. So, yeah.
And Jessica and Michelle were saying something last night that they think they were going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Michelle is for sure. Jessica doesn't know.
Huh?
Michelle is for sure, but Jessica doesn't know yet.
Oh, okay.
But I'll put the link in the chat and in our Facebook Messenger. And if you want to come in and do some item, I mean, anybody can come in. I don't care.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah, and if they can't do it or whatever, just let me know and I'll get some stuff together, okay?
Yeah. Thank you. That's what I told
You're
Valerie
welcome.
last night. If I end up not having guests, Valerie or Sally will get my back.
Oh, yeah. I always got a pile of shit somewhere that we can go through. Yeah, thank goodness I've never had any problems with like my knees or ankles. My hips a little bit, but usually it's seasonal. Like, every once in a while, like it'll shift or something, and my hips will shift, and then I can usually work them back, pop something and work it back in, but never had a problem with my knees or ankles. Thank goodness for that. Knock on wood
I didn't have any problems with my knee until I injured it. I mean, I actually injured it. But
yeah.
Like my other knee, I don't have any problems with that at all.
And you know what? I think I've never broken anything, and I've been like, I mean, especially when I was drunk, I think I'm invincible when I'm drunk, and so I'm one that can go trying to do splits and jumps and cartwheels and stuff like that. And when I'm drunk, and I really shouldn't be doing any of those things, but I've never broken anything, so it's awesome. But I think it's because I drank so much milk when I was younger.
Yeah, I was that way too. I never broke anything when I was younger either, and I was in ballet and everything, and I was a tomboy. I jumped off of things, did things, played soccer, played basketball, never broke a thing.
Yeah.
Wrestled around with my brother, hopping on and off farm equipment. Never did anything, but
I used to be super flexible and I'm not flexible anymore. So I think I'm going to try and start doing yoga or something so that I can be flexible again.
yeah, yoga's really good for you.
Yeah.
I have to say, I think yoga is probably the best thing for you out of any kind of exercise. I feel so good when I do yoga, and I just do the Wii yoga, and it does so good. I mean,
Yeah.
I feel so good when I do it. I haven't done it recently, but yeah, I feel so good when I do yoga. And you don't have to do everything, you know, like there's some things I can't do with my knee because I can't kneel on my knee at all. And
Mm-hmm.
I can kneel on my one knee, but not the bad one. And and but I just do stuff that doesn't make me kneel on that knee, and I do just fine. How I injured my knee was I was unloading some tables when I worked for FedEx Freight. I was unloading some of these big long tables, and I would pull them off the truck, and then they were long ways, and then I would go and I'd turn them so that I could carry them like you carry a table, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know if the wind had caught it or what had happened, but it started like arching my back backwards, and then I was worried about hurting my back, so I kind of moved to get back up and where I was supposed to be, and my knee ended up bending sideways,
Oh, no.
and I blew up. God, no! Don't park there! No! There's plenty of room to park in front of where you're at. Why'd you have to back up? Dumbass. Anyways, I blew up my ACL, and
Oh, man. Yeah, I think that's what my boss did too. And it wasn't, she had had a surgery before, a knee replacement, and 10 years prior. And so she was at the casino and she was sitting sideways on one of those casino stools, and all she did was pivot her knee, and she heard it pop, and it was gone. Replacement out. So Hank said that she thought that you said, "Don't fart there." No.
Oh. So do you have
ever
someone?
had?
Yeah. So,
Huh?
Oh, sorry. I was asking if she'd move. She's gonna move ahead. She's gonna move ahead. Sorry. I was asking the lady if she could move ahead. She's gonna move.
Well, that's good. That was nice of her then.
Yeah. Sorry, I should have put it on mute.
No
I
worries.
just wanted to catch her before she walked away from her car.
Yeah. So
yeah,
are
I
you
can
gonna
squat and stuff. I can do all that, but my back hurts. You know, my back always hurts. My lower back, and I think it's my sciaticas, because Brandon will get the massager out and he'll put those right on my sciaticas on both sides, and it is so freaking painful. Like, I want to cry. But the longer it's kept on there with the heat, it feels better.
Yeah.
If he presses down with the massager on there, oh my gosh, it feels so good. But at first, it's painful. It makes me want to cry.
I have a couple of years ago, I had a pain in my back, and I've never had problems with my back. But I had this, well, I've told you guys about it, that excruciating pain I had, and it was nonstop, did not stop ever. It was so horrible. And I only had it when I started this one job. Well, anyways, this cubicle job. Anyways, they gave me an epidural in my nerve. And let me tell you, it went away for almost a year. And then it came back. And then they gave me another shot. And I mean, it was so debilitating. I had to walk with a walker. I couldn't even walk. I'd walk 2 steps and I'd have to sit. I'd walk 2 steps and I have to sit. They finally gave me the shot.
Gotta pee. Be right back.
It's like a $2,000 shot, so you have to have it approved. And they finally gave me the shot. And yeah, I mean, it was instant, almost instant. Made me feel better instantly.
Right.
But since I've quit my job, I haven't had that problem since.
Wow.
But I don't sit all the time either now.
Right.
I mean, that was that stupid job that I had asked to go to the bathroom, for God's sakes.
Oh my gosh.
I hated that job.
Any job you have to ask to go to the bathroom, that's just over the
Terrible.
top.
And they give you a limit on how long you could go to the bathroom.
Oh my
I'm like, what
gosh.
if I got to take a shit?
Yeah.
And they're like, you only have this amount of time. You only had 5 minutes to go to the bathroom. And I'm like, well, sometimes if I have to take a crap, it takes me longer than 5 minutes because I don't want to get
Right.
hemorrhoids.
Right.
And normally I wouldn't talk to a job this way, but I don't like I didn't like this company. They were assholes. Anyways, I was like, well, sometimes it takes. Actually, I don't poop at work. I had poopophobia, but anyways, I just wanted to be a jerk, so I'd ask them all these stupid questions. I just wanted to be a jerk. And going to the bathroom would get me out of my desk. I finally got rid of that job. Oh my gosh, it was horrible.
Thank goodness, huh? Thank goodness.
Mm-hmm. I should have had my doctor sign a thing saying I couldn't do it. Then I could have got like disability or something.
There you go.
Just kidding. Oh, that's why she buys so much stuff at the auction. She owns an antique shop.
Aha.
Uh-huh. I never knew she owned this antique shop that I'm sitting by.
Yeah, Hank says you should have brought a trash can next to you where you sat. No bathroom break needed. That'll teach him.
Yeah. I'm a truck driver. I can pee anywhere.
Oh my gosh. Crazy.
Yeah, normally I have couth, but yeah, at that job I just didn't care. I hated them there. Oh, it was horrible. I worked there for 2 years.
Really?
Oh, and then I couldn't take it anymore.
Yeah.
But I had insurance for my whole entire family of 4 for $250 a month.
Right.
And that went down from where my husband had insurance for $900 a month. I mean,
Poop phobia.
The only reason why I stayed at that job. What?
Poopophobia?
Yeah.
Yeah. I had poopophobia.
Oh.
Nikki has poopophobia.
I could never
That's
poop
great.
at work. Well, I would always like.
Quit it.
I don't want to get into talking about it, but
You know, our conversations always end up talking about poop. It's just the way we roll.
Like I don't stink unless I'm sick or I haven't done it for a while. But I always thought, what if it did? I would be so embarrassed, you know. So that's why I had.
Oh, yeah.
Like at the auction where I know everybody, I won't poop there. I go run to the gas station where people don't know me.
You're
I don't have a problem
human.
pooping
You're
in a
human,
toilet.
Nikki. You're
I know.
human. I mean, everybody poops.
If I came over to your house, I wouldn't poop.
Well, I feel sorry for you.
That was like when we were in, New York. When we were in New York.
Bless you.
When we were in New York and we had to be in the motel room, we shared a motel room with my nephew and his girlfriend. Well, it would have been different if it was just my nephew, but his girlfriend, I didn't really know her that well. And so, yeah, I would drive to the gas station to go to the bathroom.
Every time?
Every morning I ran to the gas station to go
Oh
to the
my
bathroom.
gosh.
I'd be like, I got to go get coffee. I'll be right back.
Off I go. Yep. That's me. I'm strained. Well, at least you know if you ever invite me over, I won't stink up your bathroom.
What, Sally?
Hi, Shirley.
Hi, Shirley.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Sorry.
I hate that. Oh, my God.
What?
I talked about her sneezing.
Oh.
And then she couldn't do it. She went,
oh my gosh.
Oh. I don't even know what just happened here.
holy moly. Thrifty Picker, Laurel? What's her first name?
Lori?
Lauren?
Lori.
Lori. She said, I had a best friend when I was younger who wouldn't fart, and she had a gas buildup so bad once it tore her esophagus from her stomach.
Yeah.
So I don't hold my farts.
No.
I mean, even if I'm in public, I just try to squeeze it out a little bit and let it. You don't want to be tearing your freaking esophagus away from your stomach just to be like more prissier than somebody else, you know?
My daughter, my youngest
just
daughter.
Go into a corner and let it go.
My youngest daughter, she wouldn't fart in school. And so my oldest daughter said every day when she got off the bus, she would let out this huge, long, loud fart. She goes, I can't even tell you, Mommy. Amanda would let out this fart like you wouldn't. The bus pulled away.
And that's what happens is like, you know, if you hold your stuff in, it's going to let go. Like you're going to have an emergency situation on your hands.
Yeah. Most definitely.
One time,
and it's going to be even more embarrassing than it should have been.
Oh yeah.
One time I was so embarrassed. Okay, because you're not supposed to fart when people are eating. That's gross, right? Well, anyways, I was at the Chinese restaurant, and we ate and everything, and I had to fart. I was just like, oh. Well, anyways, I went. I was walking out, and I couldn't wait to get out so I could fart. And all of a sudden, I coughed because I had a really bad cold, and so I started coughing. All of a sudden,
oh my god!
So embarrassed. I was like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry." Sorry.
Oh my god!
My daughter just about died laughing. I was like, "Oh my god, I'm so embarrassed." I just farted in this restaurant, and I go eat at the Chinese restaurant all the time. They know me. You know, one time I went there later in the evening, and they were like, "Oh, why are you in here so late? Did you work late?" I'll be right back. I gotta jump my car. All right. My daughter looks crabby. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I mean, if I know that I'm gonna have, like, you know, I'm at a restaurant or something, I'll try and make it to the bathroom or whatever. But, you know, I don't usually hold anything in. Excuse me. That was a burp, not a fart.
That was perfect timing right there.
I know.
How did you do that?
And seriously, it's not as like, you know, my gas used to be so bad, you know, as far as farting and stuff like that, especially drinking pop.
Yeah.
And it's really not anymore. It's nearly non-existent.
That's awesome.
Man, I got 58 listings on. I just relisted a whole bunch yesterday. It's again.
I have 366 relists today.
Okay, I'll stop bitching now. You win.
Yeah.
You
I
won
mean,
today.
I go through and I, what do you call it? Bulk list and bulk relist and all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
it's not a big deal, but
Yeah, as Shrek says, better out than in.
that's right. And with the good air, out with the bad.
Yep.
I do agree.
Megan says I had a boss who was telling a story or giving instructions. She just blah 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 blah. Never missed a beat. I mean, I'm not that just like, relaxed with it, but
right.
I'll find a corner,
Yeah.
Somebody might get cropped, but that's what happens.
Hey.
It's their fault they walk into it. That's why if you start smelling something funny going down an aisle, you better turn around because you're gonna get blasted probably.
That's what Hank says. She said, "I ain't about that life. If a fart happens, fine. But I will fight you if you try to waft it on me on purpose."
Yeah, me too. Me too, Hank.
I mean, that's just rude, but
yeah.
And I think men are guilty of doing that a lot more than.
Oh, they're so bad.
They're they're horrible.
Brandon is like the master of Dutch ovens.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and I'm like, I will tear my face out of that blanket so fast. But
do you know who's the worst farter in this house? Not me.
Who?
Ringo.
Who? Ringo?
Oh my God. It is horrible. Absolutely horrible. I'm like, what in the heck did you eat?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He's bad. He's really bad.
Oh yeah. I can't stand that when people like get up and walk over to you just to put it in your face. That's awful.
Yeah.
I'd kick somebody's ass over that shit.
Yeah. I don't like that. That's just evil. What you doing, Ringo? What you doing? Mama throw the ball.
Yeah, Lori says she says dog farts are the worst. I call my dog skunk butt. He was so smelly.
Woo, you almost got it. Good job. A little bit higher.
Bounce it.
All right, I'm started again.
I went under the treadmill. That's good.
My dog Toby, if you throw a toy up in the air, he catches it midair.
Oh yeah?
Or a small ball. He can't do those big balls, but he'll do a small ball.
Lugnut catches stuff in the air.
Watch.
Yeah.
Here.
He's so smart.
Chihuahuas are kind of stupid, or mine are anyways. They act like they can't do anything fancy.
Yeah.
And freaking Fuzzy's so smart that he's got them beat by a long shot, but yeah, but Toby's able to catch stuff in the air. He plays fetch. He's the only one who plays fetch. Prancer and Brandon, they kind of have this thing to where, well, it's playing, but Prancer actually bites Brandon.
Oh wow. That's not good.
But it's the only way he'll play. Like, we haven't found another way for him to play. But that's him and Brandon's thing with him, because I won't allow him to bite me.
Right.
So I will not play that game with him. So he can only play it with Brandon.
I'm gonna go shopping at Salvation Army, but I gotta run over
I
to the gas
haven't done
station.
a vinegar in a long time.
What about the vinegar? What about the vinegar?
I thought she was asking me about that, but maybe she's talking about Megan's horse.
I don't know. I don't know where the vinegar came in.
Are you talking about me, Shirley, or are you talking about the horse? I haven't done vinegar in a long time. I started that mother's vinegar and I kind of got out of it, and I need to try it again. Try it now that I'm not doing pop. Maybe it'll actually kickstart something.
Yeah. I know Tina's been using that. She's been drinking that green tea.
Oh.
And she said that really helps her.
I don't really like the taste of it.
I don't think I've ever tasted it. I will never give up my sweet tea. Never. It'll never happen.
Oh.
That's sad.
Yeah. All right, Hank, get out there before all the bungholes are out.
All right, guys, I think we're going to wrap it up for the day. I need to figure out
Don't forget Nikki's show tonight.
Yeah, Nikki's show's tonight, and we'll all be there with bells on and tassels, and so we'll have a great time and have some fun and get some things listed or ditched or something.
Yeah.
And the link is down below, so if you haven't gone there before, go to Nikki's channel and subscribe and hit the little ding-a-ling, and that way it'll alert you when there is a new video or a new live. So go do that before you go anywhere else today.
Get lots of sales, everybody.
Yeah, everybody have a great day, and we will see you later. Bye now.
Bye, Tracy.
Are you leaving?
Bye, Megan.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh.
We're wrapping it up.
Fine. Be that way.
We told everybody to watch our show tonight.